Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. My Dallas Cowboys took care of business yesterday, so as far as football goes, it was pretty good. I figured like today was a great day to do my NASCAR quick season review, kind of the wins and fails as I see them from the season. Um, Overall, there was a lot of high spots, few low spots. It was kind of a roller coaster season. A lot of people on here that I like to watch give themselves strokes practically over this stuff. Like, dude, kamikaze, man, bro, you're gonna stroke out. I'm kind of worried about you, bro. But I like to hear these guys. I'm just poking a little fun. I think all these guys are great. Um, but I think some of us like to focus more on the positives, and there are some positives out there. I'm a diehard NASCAR fan, man, so I try to look for things that are getting better. But for the fails and wins this year, let's start with the bad because I always like to end on the good. So for the bad, I'm going to say the first race of the year, the Daytona 500. Not an Austin Dillon fan. The way he punted Almirola for the win, Almirola should have threw the block earlier, and that wouldn't even have been an issue, but I just don't like Dillon, man. I think Harvick was right a few years ago when he talked about that silver spoon. And he improved it the rest of the year. Dillon really didn't do anything. So, and he didn't do anything in the first round of the playoffs. So, whatever on him. I just don't think he's that great. As in recent years, man, you can't pass the leader. Once that leader gets clean air, he becomes the best car. And I agree with some of the criticism on this. That it gets ridiculous. Sometimes somebody with the best car will get put back into fourth after a pit stop, and then they look mediocre. It's like that. It shouldn't be like that, man. If you got a good car, you should be able to work your way up to the front. Another big disappointment for me this year was Kyle Larson's season. Last year he won multiple races and he looked really good. And then it might be most likely as a product of the team he's on, but this year he just couldn't get it done. And there's a running joke in my family. Has Kyle Larson hit the wall yet? Almost every race, it's like clockwork. It sucks, but the kid can drive. But man, he's got to clean it up on the track, and hopefully they can get some better performance from Ganassi and improve that. But let's move on to the good things from this year. Just a few good things. I think the young drivers towards the end of the year really started stepping it up. They really did. We started seeing some good performance from some young guys. Obviously, Chase Elliott, Almirola, I guess he's not that young, but he's been waiting for his turn to do well. Just some new stars we see emerging. Kevin Harvick's not going to be around forever. He's 40-something years old. Martin Truex Jr., I personally don't put him as one of the elite drivers. I think they caught lightning in a bottle last year, maybe a little bit of this year, being on Gibbs' satellite team. But we'll see. He'll perform, but he's just, to me, he's not one of those top five guys. He just isn't. He doesn't have the aggressiveness that I'd like to see out of a top five guy, personally. As far as drivers that had a really good season, obviously Joey Logano, he won the championship. A lot of people are still pretty sore about that. Dude, the guy, if you look at the results, he was in the top five all the time. He won 3 races, and I know I said 4 races in my last video. That was obviously incorrect, but he won 3 races, and he won the race that counted at the end. This is a system we have, and I don't want to get into that anymore. There's been a lot of videos done by me and other people on that already. So, but Chase Elliott finally stepping up, getting them wins, dude. That was awesome to see. I really liked seeing that. It's good to see him doing better. Towards the end of the year, Hendrick as a whole really started to improve. Bowman started to get a little bit of speed in his car. So hopefully we'll see that continue. And man, some of the finishes, all the ones I want to mention, just like 3 of them, were all towards the end of the year. But of course, Chicagoland, and Kyle Busch was right. If you don't like that kind of racing, don't even watch, because that was NASCAR. Same with the Roval. That was kind of, just a weird fluke, but it was awesome to see that happen at the end. And Jimmy Johnson going for broke, to get that win. That was awesome. And then, of course, Martinsville. To me, there was no more quintessential example of what NASCAR short track racing is than what Joey Logano did at Martinsville. He didn't wreck him. He didn't even slam him. He barely even bumped him. he rubbed him. And rubbing is racing, man. He didn't. Martin's the one that came back down and tried to turn it into a wreck. And if anybody with any kind of subjectiveness would know that. You know what I mean? Sorry. If anybody was objective, they would know that. I mean, it was good racing, man. I'm sorry the guy you liked didn't win, but it is the way it is, Joey bumped him, man. He nudged him. He didn't wreck him. He nudged him, and it created one of the best finishes I've ever seen. You know what I mean? It propelled Joey into the Final Four, and he got that win when it counted. So for me, that's a total win for NASCAR. That's what they wanted, was people to race for everything to win, and that's what they got. And 3 out of the 4 people in the Final Four were those type of racers. And as long as we have this system, that's all we can hope for. I personally want to go back to a consistency-based system, no chase, no playoffs. But right now, for what we have it, those are the kind of guys you want in the end. That's the kind of racing you want. That's what we got, and Joey earned it. And as a whole, I had fun watching this season. So hopefully we'll see some better racing in the lead next season, not just at the end, but throughout the race. And I'd be happy with that. But we'll see with this new package. A lot of people are iffy about that. I'm just going to wait and see what it's like. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you guys are having a good Black Friday, whether you're shopping or staying at home. And I hope you all are racing towards a great weekend. Talk to you later. Have a good one.